Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Turner Stadium for Game 1 of our doubleheader here this afternoon, with volleyball coming up later tonight. But right now, it is the Taylor women's soccer team who comes in with a 1-0-1 overall record, and they'll take on the Olivet Nazarene Tigers, who are 0-1 on the year. Olivet Nazarene comes in receiving votes in the top 25 poll. Taylor has already played one team that's third in the country. They tied Northwestern Ohio here last week, and then they beat Cincinnati Christian 5-0 on Saturday. Erin Tevens was our Taylor Athlete of the Week. She had a hat trick and an assist in that win over CCU, and she's in the starting 11 here today again for the Trojans. Taylor clad in white here on a hot and steamy Wednesday afternoon, with purple numbers trimmed in gold. Olivet Nazarene in the road purple with white numbers and white letters. ONU's lone contest on the year was a loss at number 11 Marion, a team that Taylor will see later in the season, as both teams are out of the Crossroads League. And Calvani tried to dink it up towards Erin Tevens. It was taken away by Hannah Lapanowski. Getting the start here, her second start of the season, is Megan Williams for the Trojans, a 5'8 sophomore keeper from Fishers, Indiana. Amanda Roach is the starter in goal today for Olivet Nazarene. Tevens will slip a beautiful ball through to Bailey Zaire. Zaire set up Tevens a bunch on Saturday. Now Zaire's crossing attempt will be deflected across the end line, deflected out of the way there by Brianna Hollowell. And it'll be a corner for the Trojans coming up from the near side of the field. Zaire gave Taylor a 1-0 lead against Northwestern Ohio last week before ending up tying with the Racers. Calvani will take this one from the near side corner. Zaire will jog out towards her, and she'll play it in across the end line. Zaire tried to play it right back to Calvani. It's deflected back to Calvani by the ONUD. She'll slip it up to Hannah Waltz on the right flank. A left centering curling shot just too far for Tevens. As Tevens was too far away to get ahead on it, it goes out, and it'll be a goal kick here for Olivet Nazarene. Olivet suffered a 4-1 setback against Marion on Saturday. Maria Guilfoyle scored on her only shot for the only goal for the Tigers. It's been Tevens and Zaire, the main goal scorers for TU. They set each other up here, trying to work her way towards the goal mouth is Zaire. The ball rolls across the end line, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick here for ONU. As forcing Zaire out of the way was Hannah Lapanowski once again. Junior midfielder, but she's playing back on defense today, marking the speedster in Zaire. The goal by Guilfoyle was her first career tally in that 4-1 setback against Olivet on Saturday. Taylor able to hold the ball in their offensive half. Deflected towards the middle. Calvani and Zaire both pursuing it. And the possession will roll all the way to the near side with Hulleberger. Deflected out of bounds by Calvani. It will stay here with ONU for a throw-in along the near sideline. .82 degrees here in Upland, Indiana, but the humidity has picked up here as well. Ball sent to the middle of the field, swept away by Zastro. It's sent up the near side of the field, taken away by Mackenzie Hawk. And here's Amanda Durbin from North Cape May, New Jersey. And for the first time, Olivet Nazarene takes it across the midfield stripe. Possession sent down that right sideline. Hannah Waltz with her white sleeves curled up to the shoulders, and the pass is sent out of bounds by ONU. And we'll have the first goal kick from Megan Williams here tonight. Or today, I should say. Taylor back at home a week from this Saturday when they take on Lourdes at 1 o'clock. In between this game and the Lourdes contest, they're at Division I IUPUI. That comes up in a few days. Williams' goal kick to the far sideline, letting it roll out of bounds, will be Brianna Hollowell. Jordan Lehman will steal the ball away for TU. Her two initial passes to Tevens were deflected. The third one was sent out of bounds by Lehman, and ONU will throw it in along the far sideline. Schmidt with the ball at her feet. Waltz pestering her. Little back heel kick is intercepted by Taylor's Hannah Waltz. Zare will curl it, trying to find the captain, the tri-captain Danielle Torin. But sweeping in from behind was Matea Herta, and it's taken away by ONU. Cloudy tries to step in and force it in Taylor's possession. Instead, ONU will backtrack with Lapanowski. Guilfoyle back to midfield and Hawk. And then this one bashed all the way to the far side for ONU, controlled by Amanda Durbin. They slip it through the box. Porter trying to hustle after it. She will watch this one roll across the end line. And Taylor gets the possession back. Just almost 6 minutes in here to half number one. No score. Taylor has had the majority of the possession time here in our first almost 6 minutes. And Williams will have the goal kick with the wind at her back. Right foot's one up towards midfield. Cloudy will volley it up towards Tevens. It'll bounce over her head and roll in to the offensive half. And then touching it out of bounds will be ONU and Jessica Schmidt. Waltz throws into Tevens. She's double-teamed and trying to spin away from trouble. Possession fought for. It'll roll out of bounds far side and go back to Olivet Nazarene. The head coach for Taylor, Scott Stan. The head coach for Olivet Nazarene is Bill Baer. Massey, the freshman, will drive one deep. She'll try to connect with Bailey Zare. Zare with a defender running her back, trying to get her to turn. And then a foul is called against Olivet Nazarene. That one was before Zare took it into the penalty area. So it'll be a free kick here for the Trojans, but from a dangerous opportunity for the young ladies wearing white. Calvani and Tevens stand over it. Just past 7 minutes gone here at half number one. A 4-woman wall, actually a 6-woman wall up there in front of Calvani, the senior. The 4 in the middle for Olivet Nazarene. Torin to the left, Zare to the right. Calvani, a right-footed shot, goes right off the forehead of one of those ONU defenders, and it deflects out to the near side. Calvani will play it into Zare, and who's whistled for being offside. It looked like it went off the forehead of Lapanowski. As at the last moment, right as Calvani was approaching the ball, Zare and Torin on either side of that wall sprinted to the opposite end and tried to fan out the wall for ONU. There was a little bit of a gap, but Calvani couldn't slice it through that tough window. Now Torin will win a free ball near midfield to the near sideline, and Calvani. She has Zare and Tevens in front of her. Calvani with that jersey getting tugged, and there's a foul called by our head official, Matt Smith. And then Lapanowski stands right in front of Calvani. She has to back up for the allotted 10 yards. And then Calvani will walk this one just about a yard or two, just to the very right edge of the box. No one guards there. That takes a hard carom off of her foot, as no one slid to defend the dangerous forward in the box by ONU. But Zare continues with the possession near the end line, trying to center this one back in. There's Tevens trying to knock it down, trying to turn, still loose in the middle. Lehman's shot is in, and Taylor leads 1-0 as Lehman buries it from just inside the 18, just outside the 6-yard box. That ball bounced around. Tevens worked it over to Lehman, and Lehman scores her first goal of the season, and Taylor takes a 1-0 lead here with 36:25 to go before halftime. So give Tevens the assist, give Lehman the goal. And that one comes in our 9th minute of play, and the Trojans have a 1-0 lead here over Olivet Nazarene. So a 1-0 Taylor lead. Lehman scored a game winner last year. She gets her first here of 2018 to put Taylor on top 1-0. And now ONU will try to counter here. Slipping it into Guilfoyle, who had their only goal against Marion in their only game so far this season. And Calvani will boot it to the center, and there's Cloudy, the freshman from Valor Christian High School in Colorado. Waltz will volley it towards the middle. Zare waits for it to come to her. She collides with Hawk. And both players got there at the same time until a play on is called, and ONU will attack from the defensive half. The pass by Olivet Nazarene to the far side. Raina Williams kneels down and reties her right boot. And then Waltz will throw it in for TU. Into the goal scorer, Lehman. Williams will drive this forward to the right foot. It goes over Zare's head, headed back, but Torin steps in front of the path of the bouncing orange ball. She curls one to Calvani. Zare, a little give and go with Calvani near sideline. And Calvani will jump over the slide tackle attempt, and Taylor will throw it in from the near side of the field. Calvani, the Xavier transfer, played on her home field for her first 2 years of college as the Trojans took on Cincinnati Christian on Xavier University's home field this past Saturday. Out of bounds, far sideline. Waltz will throw it in for TU. Into Lehman, who actually broke her nose in the Northwestern Ohio game last week. Now she'll try to pounce on it here, just sweeping it away from her as Hawk. Hawk will curl to the center, pass off target, and Massey will right foot this one back in Taylor's favor. A 1-0 Taylor lead here with just about 11 minutes gone here in half number 1. Hollowell trying to curl it forward, an off-ball foul whistled. Nope, they'll say this goes out of bounds, and it'll be a TU throw-in. Waltz into Tevens. A dangerous little touch, and that gives Tevens a boost to the end line. Trying to center this one. Zare trying to angle in. It was off target for her. Headed out of there by Lapinowski of ONU. But Lehman will play it back to Waltz, who tries to drive one from deep, and that one curls high and wide to the left. But a rousing ovation from her teammates and coaching staff down below us as Waltz tried to dial one up from long distance. Beautiful puffy white clouds overhead on this Wednesday afternoon. It's the second full day of classes here for the 2018 fall semester. Here for the Taylor University student body. Knocking the pass down in the middle is Zastro. And they go back into the box and Roque, the keeper. Zastro to Durbin as she handles on the right side of the field. Lehman jogging with her step for step. Williams trying to muscle her way forward. That's Raina Williams. And she'll left foot a pass forward. This one sent towards the far sideline. ONU will hold it in thanks to the right foot of Hawk. Accelerating up the middle is Baffoum. And now Zastro will come to the near side of the field, and Hulleberger. Her right-footed shot goes wide right of the frame. Williams will watch it sail out of there. And she'll get ready for another goal kick. TU on top 1-0 here with 32.5 minutes remaining here in the opening half, thanks to Jordan Lehman's first goal of the year. And Williams will right foot this one up to the midline. Torin off the back of her head. Tevens accelerating, trying to wheel past Durbin. She can't get to it before it rolls out. And ONU will quickly restart with a throw in far side. And then they kick it out of bounds, and Taylor will get the possession back. Haley Linton is ready to come in for ONU at the next opportunity. And that will be right now. So Linton, the forward, will come in and replace Maria Guilfoyle, the only goal scorer for ONU, as they share a hug before Linton jogs onto the field. 1-0 the Taylor lead on Lehman's first goal here of 2018. And Williams trying to work it back to Lehman. Then a little bit slow to get back up is Zastro for ONU. She's favoring that left leg a little bit. Trying to talk to our head official, Matt Smith. And Waltz will throw it into an uncovered Claddy. Fakes the pass, and she'll roll it back to Savannah Porter, one of the tri-captains for TU. Claudia left-footed pass to Raina Williams. She'll slip one through past one defender. Stevens, a hard pass back to Lehman, then Waltz will intercept near the midfield stripe. Big left-footed pass from Williams, knocked down, and that's a handball, as Bafum could not get out of the way. Tried to, but just went right off of that forearm, and Savannah Porter will take the free kick for Taylor here from right at midfield. 1-0 Taylor lead, almost 15 minutes gone here in half one. Porter right foots one towards the top of the box. Torin trying to head it on. It's deflected back to the foot of Lehman. Bouncing out to the near side. Calvani trying to elude one defender. She'll carry it back towards the middle. Continues to jog back to midfield. Cloudy lets it roll past, and Raina Williams will press forward for TU. A pass to the far side, and Hannah Waltz. Curling one with the right foot. Zare over her head. There's Stevens on the back. A beautiful header! And Stevens gets her 4th goal of her career. And she heads that one right past Roque. And Taylor takes a 2-0 lead with almost a half hour remaining here in the opening half as Erin Stevens gives Taylor a 2-0 lead. So give Waltz the assist as she sent that one in from the far side of the field. And then Stevens out-jumped her defender and headed it past Roque, the goalie. And TU now with a 2-0 cushion here over Olivet Nazarene, who came in receiving votes in the top 25 poll. Stevens was the one that set up Zare's goal in the 1-1 tie with Northwestern Ohio last week. She had 3 goals on Saturday. She picks up number 4 here. And Taylor with some cushion to work with here. 2-0 the lead with 29:30 left to go in half one. Massey trying to find her teammate Stevens. And now ONU will settle up back in the box with Roque the keeper. Lapanowski up the near side. Zare will pounce on her and almost take it right off the toe. Massey a header back to the midfield area, trying to give Taylor another opportunity to build their 2-0 advantage. ONU will control in the back half. Durbin to the middle of the field and Hoke, excuse me. Torin poking along to Zare. Little tap down to Stevens. Zare loses her footing. It's Stevens and Zare against almost 3 ONU defenders. Zare trying to sidestep her way down the box. Tapped away from her and almost was able to break loose. And this one rolls out as ONU regroups in the defensive half. Calvani will allow Porter to jog in from the defensive half and throw it in for Taylor. And here's Porter to throw it in. Looking Torin's way, heading it back towards the 6-yard box, and it's snagged by Roach. Lehman, Zare, a one-touch, and now Calvani with some plenty of room to work. Steps in, feet taken out from underneath her. Another foul drawn by Taylor just outside the penalty area. Taylor has done this a couple times here so far this afternoon in the first half, gathering a lot of quality set-piece opportunities here, particularly on this side of the box. So Calvani will let Zare take this one, as now Calvani will be on the right side of the wall, Torin to our left. And now Torin backing away. It'll be a 4-woman wall. And now they're going to back that wall up even more, per the request of our head official, Matt Smith. So it's Torin and Calvani mixed in there with 5 ONU players. Zare will try to curl it over Roach, and that one just over the crossbar. Missing that one by just a smidge. So it's still 2-0 Taylor on goals from Lehman and Stevens, with 26.5 minutes remaining here before halftime. A good first half so far from the Trojans as they try to pick up their second win in 3 tries here this season and remain unbeaten on the year. Two subs getting loose for Taylor on this near side of the field. They're Rebecca Schwolst, and Hannah Davis. A foul against TU, so the first free kick upcoming here for ONU. Hollowell to take it. A low right footer. Punch down by Hoke. Then back to Hollowell. Zastro, this one in, right to Williams, who will snatch it standing up. First official save for Megan Williams here tonight, or this afternoon, excuse me. As Taylor has pretty much tilted the field in their half since the opening whistle. They've dominated possession here so far with just about 20 minutes into half one. As Davis will saunter to the midfield stripe to check in. Zastro with Torin right behind her. Will pass it to the near side and Lapinowski. Now Torin will mark the other 23 on the field as Lapinowski will deal up the near sideline and find Hulleberger. Massey forcing her to the end line. Hulleberger, left-footed cross, knocked away by the head of Raina Williams for TU. Zaire will try to sweep it up to Tevens, who touches it down to Zaire, and now Taylor will try to clear from the back half. Big right foot back into the defensive area. ONU had to get back on side. Massey will knock it into the box, and then that one drilled forward by the right foot of the keeper, Megan Williams. It's careened out of bounds, and Taylor will throw it in from deep in the defensive half, but not before 2 subs come in for the Trojans. Schwolst and Davis replacing Calvani and Waltz. And just before Davis comes on, Calvani gives her a quick little instruction about something tactically. Waltz gets a turnover. Lehman to Zaire. A little bit off target, too far for anyone in white to handle, and so ONU will throw it in. Down by 2 here with 23 and a half minutes remaining before halftime. A turnover again. Zaire turns and sprints towards the middle of the field. A long pass that Davis will gallop after. She's onside and behind everybody. 2 defenders now crash on her near wing. Davis spuns around, then she'll throw the defender to the ground as she took one right on the chin. An easy foul call against 11 in white. Ran right into the defender's shoulder, got her stoned straight up into the air. Then she tried to gather her bearings once again. That's when her path got a little bit tangled up with that ONU defender. And now Tevens will take it away. Here's the top of the box, and Zaire, she'll knock it down, sweep it back to Lehman. Lehman, long left-footed shot blocked. Deflected out of there by Hawk. And out to the far sideline where Schwolst will throw it in for TU. And so they will give the mandatory water break here with 22:29 remaining in the first half because of the hot temperatures here. And so we will pause momentarily. So the mandatory stoppage in time due to the hot temperatures. So we were halfway home here in the opening half. No changes to the Trojan 11 out there outside of the two subs in Davis and Schwartz. The rest of the starters out there as well. Taylor on top 2-0. Schwartz will play this one high in the air. Davis trying to get position, trying to box out her way forward. It's headed around a couple times and now will be sent to the near side of the field for ONU to try to scoop it up and play it forward. Massey will send it back in up the near sideline for Taylor. And then Claddy will right foot one forward to Tevens. A beautiful volley by Tevens, and Zaire will chase it down on the air, and then she just sends it high on the left foot. That would have been a spectacular score for Zaire as she found another open space here in the ONUD as Taylor has sent multiple players crashing in on the weak side, and it's came in with 2 tallies for the Trojans here so far. Alejandra Garcia out of Chicago comes in for Olivet Nazarene. She replaces whom? It's going to be Brianna Hollowell. A throw in for ONU, and then curling to the middle is Buffum. Buffum racing. Torin takes it away from her, then Porter will clear it. Zaire back to midfield. Rotating. Then all the way to the near side. Davis trying to get there first, but just stepping in front of her is Hulleberger. Williams lays it on back to Porter. And Taylor sets things up in the defensive half. Williams to Claddy, and now Schwolst on the far sideline with no one in front of her, and so Schwolst will go for a jog. Schwolst looking center. She finds Zaire just off of her heel into the box, and Garcia sends it out of there for Olivet Nazarene. Two to nothing, the Taylor lead, almost 25 minutes into this opening half. And Lehman trying to take the ball away here. She was double teamed. Zastro comes away with it for ONU. Lehman still pestering her defensively far side. And backed inside the 18 for Roach. Torin pokes it away. Zaire will pounce on it. Lehman back into Schwolst. And they call Zaire for being offside. Second offside call against Taylor here in this opening half. They lead 2-0 with about 19 and a half minutes remaining in half one. Lehman and Tevens the goal scorers for TU. Tevens and Waltz on the assists. Now Tevens to Torin. To the near side and Davis. Slicing one through to Tevens. Try to play it into space to the cutting Davis, who will circle around and try to get back on things defensively. Hulleberger, a long pass. Porter pounces on it and clears it out of there for Taylor. Lehman. Back of her jersey tugged upon by Zastro, and a foul called against ONU. And Porter will take this one from the defensive side of the field, 5 yards outside midfield. Torin trying to head it into the 18. Tevens was right there, but it's poked away before she could get to it. And Torin will hold possession for Taylor, trying to circle back to her right, now to her left. A pass to Davis. She tried to slip away from Hulleberger. Torin, near sideline Davis. To the middle of the field and easily intercepted by Garcia for ONU. This one kicked out of there. Then a sprinting on the far side is Jessica Schmidt. ONU has had very few shots this afternoon. A centering ball deflected around, still touched. Massey will send a player slamming down to the turf. No foul called. A shot from outside the box blocked by 3 or 4 Trojan defenders. Williams, Torin, and Porter were all in there. And it looks like Massey got away with a foul in the box, as one of the forwards went flying forward there in the box for ONU. No foul was called. And subbing in for Olivet Nazarene will be Amanda Dotledge. She replaces Durbin. The Tigers will throw it in. Schwolst a header, and this one out of bounds, far sideline. It'll stay with ONU. 17:07 left to go before halftime. TU on top 1-0. And then Tevens will lay it back to Schwolst. She'll carry on the far sideline. Up to her classmate Zaire. Tried to lay it on back to Schwolst. Saves it in from the far sideline, but ONU will scoop it up and try to take things out of the defensive half. Too far and off the feet of Schmidt as it rolls out of bounds. And it goes back to Taylor. Claddy circled with it all the way to the other end of the field. And then ONU will knock it out, and Schwolst will throw it in. Looking Tevens' way. She has two defenders around her. It's overran, and now Zaire will try to work it to the middle. Zaire, a long pass. Davis hustling after it. She just will slide. And a dangerous play there as Davis slid. She collided with the keeper, Roach. Everybody came out of there okay as Davis threw that leg in there and just could not redirect it around the keeper, Roach. So it remains a 2-0 Taylor lead here with 16 minutes remaining in the opening half. But Taylor has just dominated things offensively here since the opening whistle, as the Trojans are in search of that second win of the year to move to 2-0-1. Olivet Nazarene trying to even their record at 1-1 after falling to number 11 Marion last Saturday. Schwolst into space to the first goal scorer of the afternoon in Lehman. He's trying to slip on through one through to Davis. It was sent out of there by Hulleberger. Williams trying to find Claddy for TU. Intercepted by Herda. ONU holding near midfield. Massey leans in and heads it into space right to the sprinting feet of Lehman. Tevens trying to turn the corner. Jersey pulled. There's the foul called against Lapinowski. Ali Claudio and Emma Walsh ready to come in for Taylor. Massey will take this long free kick from just inside midfield. Torin heads it on to Zaire, trying to poke it around. And they call Zaire for being offside. Third time she's been whistled for that here in the opening half. As now Maddie Gilliam gets loose for Taylor on the near sideline as well. A good challenge by Zaire. Gets the ball back to Schwolst for TU. 14 minutes remaining in the opening half. And a little miscommunication between Schwolst and Zaire. It's the ball scooped up by a Roach in the box. Herda carrying across midfield. Torin right there with her. And now Davis will steal it and work it up to Lehman for Taylor. Lehman into space. Davis was cutting to the right when the ball went to her left. And it goes out and back to ONU. Gilliam, Walsh, Claudio in for Tevens, Zaire, and Lehman for Taylor. Mary Reddy comes in for ONU. She replaces Haley Linton. So Zaire and Tevens get a round of applause. Tevens with the goal and the assist here in the first half. As we have less than 13 minutes remaining here in half one, Taylor up 2-0. Schmidt, right side. Williams steps in and deflects it away from her, trying to hold it in, and successfully in doing so is Herda. She'll maneuver around Claddy and lay it off to the far side of the field. Centering ball blocked by Schwolst off the left foot of Reddy. Back to Reddy far side, into the box. This one goes. Williams will hop up and snag it in traffic. Good job by the sophomore keeper, Williams. Unfurls one to the near side, and Davis goes off the side of her head, stays down here. And Zastro will go at it with Davis, and they whistle Hannah for the foul. Free kick upcoming for Olivet Nazarene. They trail 2-0 here with 12:09 and counting in the first half. Curling one to the box. Torrin gets a head on it and sends it out to the far side. Claddy chasing after it for Taylor, but she won't be able to get to it in time. So it rolls out of bounds, but it says the refereeing crew says last touched by ONU. And so Schwolst will throw it in for Taylor. Looking for Walsh. Steps around a defender. She has Claude Joe in front of her. The pass, though, goes off the back heel of Garcia, of the ONU defender. And now Claddy will have to start things on the defensive half for Taylor. Ready, runs into Gilliam, and then spins away and keeps trucking forward. Williams will sidestep in and deflect this one out of bounds far side. It'll stay here with the Tigers. Spinning to the end line is Schmidt. Williams marking her. Williams plays it around. And they call the foul against Reyna Williams. So a good set-piece opportunity here for Olivet Nazarene. This one will come on the very far end line across from us. I'd say maybe 4 yards just inside that far sideline. Claddy, Schwolst, and Walsh all jog in for Taylor. This one sent in high to the middle of the box. Williams marking it, punched around, still loose near the top of the box. Davis trying to knock it out of there. Claudio got a foot on it and works it up towards midfield. Turning back and facing the net will be Herta. To the near side, and Hulleberger gets away from Massey and Davis and curls one to the end line wide. It was deflected out of there by TU, and so a corner upcoming here for Olivet Nazarene from the near side of the field. It's their first corner of the afternoon. Taylor had the first corner of the day. Less than 10 minutes remaining here in half one. Taylor on top 2-0. Hulleberger will take this one. Right foot from the near side corner. In swinging ball. Williams punching it out of there. Gilliam's trying to clear it out of the box. Still loose. Still loose. And now it rolls out, and Gilliam will bash it out of there with a left foot for Taylor. Kicking it away from trouble, and ONU will throw it in from along the near sideline. Lapanowski to throw it in. Gets to Zastro, back to Lapanowski. Torrin puts her foot in there and deflects it out. And ONU will throw it in again. But right now, Amy Smith will check in for ONU. She replaces Zastro, and Smith will be the one to throw it in. Nope. It's actually going to be Lapanowski. 2-0 the Taylor lead. Goals from Lehman and Tevens. Torn out to the near sideline, clearing it out. And Olivet Nazarene will throw it in once again. Claudio comes in to apply some extra defensive pressure. Davis, who's made the switch back to midfield, made the switch to midfield from forward, starts the clearance attempt for Taylor. This one driven deep by Porter. Walsh trying to get to it. Garcia volleys it away from her. Walsh hustling after it. Garcia will take up this loose ball. And here's Claddy to Claudio. Wrapping it back to Gilliam. Try to work it on back to Torrin. Her pass deflected on. And then that allows ONU to send it out of there. 8:08 remaining in the first half. Taylor 2, Olivet Nazarene, who is receiving votes in the preseason top 25 coaches poll, 0. Just a couple of shots here in the first half for ONU. Taylor has dominated things offensively. ONU has started to pick things up offensively here in the last few minutes. A weird bounce. Hannah Davis lays it back to Massey, who right foots one out of there. Gilliam clears space. Walsh steps in and try to work it on. They'll say a handball, though, against Olivet. And Taylor will have the free kick, from just outside midfield. Porter to take the free kick for Taylor, 10 yards outside midfield. Torin trying to head it along. It goes over her head. Claudio in, trying to get a toe on it. Gilliam steps forward and drives one high over the crossbar. Goal kick for Roach. Claddy tried to get a toe on it. Torin will try to hold it in for Taylor. This one popped up to the middle. Davis pouncing on it. Nice little spin move by Hannah Davis to work it over to Claudio. Into space. Walsh trying to get there first, but scooping it and snagging it will be Amanda Roach, the senior keeper for Olivet Nazarene. Possession jostled for on the far side of the field, just inside midfield. To our right, and then turning away from it, Olivet Nazarene. With Buffum trying to outrace Claddy. She slips away from Williams. Porter waiting for a long shot, goes wide, left of the frame and out. And a goal kick upcoming for Megan Williams of TU. We approach 5 minutes remaining here in half number one. 2-0 the Taylor advantage. Goals this afternoon by Lehman, her first of the year, and by Tevens, her fourth, coming off of that hat trick on Saturday in the 5-0 win against Cincinnati Christian. Hulleberger in, Massey with a step in front and poke that ball out. Lapanowski throwing it in. Schmidt gets away from Massey, then three defenders converge. Porter steps in, and she'll drive this one up towards Emma Walsh. Then Walsh almost pulled to the turf. And the foul called against Lapanowski. And now Lapanowski issued a yellow card. I was going to say that's about the second or third time we've seen Lapanowski tug on the jersey of a Taylor player, and she will get the card here. 4:18 and ticking here in the first half. Taylor on top, 2-0. And Massey will take the free kick. To the top of the box, all the way backside. There's Schwolst all alone. Steps around one defender in the box, a little poke through. Shot was blocked and then cleared out of there by Olivet Nazarene's Mary Reddy. Porter will hold it in. Taylor attacking the goal to our right. She slips a long pass into Hannah Davis. Trying to let Claudio go after and run for it. She'll take it off the toe. As Claudio applying tackles here, trying to keep the ball in TU's favor. Torin throws a leg in front. It rolls to the middle, and Gilliam. Schwolst will turn over that left shoulder and chase it down to the far sideline and won't be able to get there in time before it rolls out of play. Schwolst has to go off of her heel and out of bounds. And so Olivet Nazarene will move forward and throw this one in once again. Claddy to Gilliam. Deflected out by ONU. They'll say actually went off of Gilliam. Walsh to Gilliam. Back to Porter dangerously here with a defender right near Porter. Williams steps in and drives this one well across midfield. Headed into space, and now Claudio and Davis trying to outrun the ONU defender Lapanowski. And Davis will be able to get to it first. Lapanowski will deflect it away and out of bounds near sideline. And a Taylor throw in here as the Trojans bashed one deep. And then Davis and Walsh came sprinting in And we were able not only just to catch Lapanowski, but pass her as well and get the ball back for Taylor. 2:07 left to go before halftime. One last push here for the Trojans. Porter will throw it in, directing traffic with that left hand. Throws it in. Torin tried to slip in. It's still loose in the 18. Volleyed high. Porter will let it come down. And she was able to bait the ONU defenders into deflecting it out of bounds. Porter again will throw it in from the near sideline. Torin to the 18. There's Walsh. Her shot just wide on the outside of the goal frame. Torin, an expert header back to the box. Then Walsh threw that right foot in there, almost was able to get the toe on it to put it into the back of the goal. Walsh steals it to the middle and Gilliam. Almost overran it now to Claudio, wide open right wing, curling in. Her right-footed shot was blocked. It goes across the end line, and that's going to be another Taylor corner. Here with 55 seconds and counting remaining in the first half. Second corner of the afternoon for Taylor. This one will be taken by Maddie Gilliam, who's got a good right foot and can curl this one with relative ease. If she curls it here, it should be an outswinging ball with the right foot. This one right down the line to the back end. Schwolst heads it straight up, still in the box, knocked around, still loose. Claudio tried to deflect it in, and it goes just wide of the goal frame. 25 seconds left to go before halftime. Taylor on top by 2. And here's the ONU goal kick. Gilliam heads it forward for Taylor, stepping right in front of that line drive kick. That will be how the first half will come to a close. Jordan Lehman's first goal of the year put Taylor on top 1-0 in the 9th minute. Erin Tevens will add her 4th goal in the last 2 games on a header beautifully played inside the box. And after one half of play, Taylor leads Olivet Nazarene 2-0. This is Taylor Women's Soccer here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll be back with second half coverage after this halftime break. Halftime brought to you by BSN Sports.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Second half back underway. A quick start for Taylor as they move from right to left. Zaire slips one into Calvani. A left-footed rising shot is snagged by the keeper, Roach. For her first save here of the afternoon. Her third save, excuse me. Fifth shot on goal by the Trojans. They had 4 in the first half, 13 shots in total. They outshot Olivet Nazarene 13-6. And they are going to give a double assist on that first goal by Jordan Lehman. So give one to Zaire and one to Tevens. Waltz with the other one for the Tevens tally. Other first half stats brought to you by BSN Sports. 6 shots for Olivet Nazarene, 2 on goal. 13 in the first half, 4 on goal for Taylor, 3 assists. 9 fouls for ONU, 4 for the Trojans. 1 yellow card for Olivet Nazarene. And the 2 saves per side. 2 for Roach, 2 for Williams there in the first half. She is replaced here in the second half by Lauren Engelkess. That's the same thing we've seen out of the Trojans in the first 3 games of the year. Engelkess started last week against Northwestern Ohio. Williams came in the second half and also played into overtime. Williams started on Saturday against Cincinnati Christian. Engelkess came in the second half just like she is here this afternoon as Taylor tries to figure out their starting goalie rotation. They're trying to get the starter down there in goal. Lehman had the ball caught on the bottom of her cleat, and turning it over and coming their way is ONU. They go from left to right in purple with white numbers and white letters. Taylor defends in white with purple numbers trimmed in gold. Taylor attacks the goal to our left. Again, Engelkess, the young lady between the posts here for Taylor in the second half. Roach back there in the goal for ONU. She started the contest for the Tigers. 2-0 Taylor lead just past 2 minutes gone here in half number 2. Hollowell holds near side for ONU. Zaire stepping in front. The ball careens off the shin of Zastro, and then Zaire almost was close enough to scoop it up for TU. And now Zaire will touch it off to Tevens. Then back to Zaire. Tevens hustling back to the middle. A good ball by Zaire. Tevens hustling after it. She's got 1 goal this afternoon. She'll rifle one in. Let's make it 2. And Erin Tevens, with Dad in the stands, gives Taylor a 3-0 lead here less than 3 minutes into half 2. Zaire assisted on 2 of the 3 Tevens goals on Saturday. And now Zaire adds another assist on the Tevens tally here. It's 3-0 Taylor less than 3 minutes into half 2. I think 12 in white's going to be pretty okay here at the college level. Just a hunch. So Tevens has 5 goals in the last 2 games. The hat trick on Saturday, 2 here today against Cincinnati Christian. It's a 3-0 Taylor lead. And Williams will throw it in along the near sideline for TU. Back to Porter, then back to Williams. Waltz throws it up. Zaire volleying into the air. Over to Herta. Claddy trying to press it forward for TU. Torin to Claddy for TU. They go from right to left in white. Tevens with the ball at her feet. Will drill it into space, past where Zaire was cutting to the middle. It would have been a perfect pass if Zaire was cutting to the outside. Instead, Zaire came to the middle. A little miscommunication between the senior and the freshman. And Roach will pick it up and punt this one back to midfield. Ball back up to Tevens once again. Finds the trailing Lehman. Her jersey tugged. Zastro called for it. They've already issued 1 yellow card against an ONU player. That was Hannah Lapanowski for a yellow card for tugging of the jersey. And there's the first jersey tug here of half 2. Waltz will step over the ball. A free kick 15 yards inside midfield. That one goes over everyone's heads and bounces across the end line. It will be a goal kick upcoming for Olivet Nazarene. 3-0 lead for Taylor in their third contest of the year. They have yet to have a setback. They would love to have an opportunity for a win today to push them to 3-0. But a controversial PK call in the opener against Northwestern Ohio led to a tie. Tevens, a long pass, a little too hot for Zaire to handle after a nifty little slip through by Lehman between the defender's legs. 3-0 the Taylor lead. Tevens with the third tally. 3 different goal scorers for Taylor this afternoon. Actually make it 2 different goal scorers, I apologize, with Tevens scoring twice here this afternoon. Lehman got TU on the board first. Tevens has scored the last 2. Waltz right there step for step with Buffum. And then it rolls out of bounds on the end line. It was deflected out of there by a TU foot. And so it's going to be a corner kick here for Olivet Nazarene. Their second corner here of the afternoon, first one here of half 2. You can hear Engelkess barking out instructions to the defenders as Hulleberger will take the near side corner. She'll play it in with a right foot, left hand in the air, right foot into the orange sphere. Out curling ball, or out swinging ball, headed out of there by the Taylor D. Lehman in a foot race. She'll be just a step too short before Hoke can get to it, excuse me. And Waltz will get it and throw it back in. Into Zaire, who will softly play it back on the heel to Waltz. She'll left foot into the box to Porter, who pushes it forward with a right foot. Zaire heading it towards the middle. When you able to hold it in, then Waltz will step in and drive it up with a right foot. Tevens nudged from behind. She'll lay it off to Zaire. Sleeves rolled up to her shoulders on a hot and humid day here in Upland, Indiana. We had a water break halfway through the first half, with temperatures starting in the low 80s and the humidity very high. Calvani in a foot race to the far side. 2 defenders marking her, curling one in. Zaire was able to swim past the defender, got her knee on it, but was not properly balanced to try to redirect it on frame. Calvani outraced 2 defenders up the right side of the box and then somehow was able to center one into Zaire's direction. She was able to sashay around a defender. Got her knee on it, but couldn't really redirect it back on frame. Lehman to Calvani, then back to Torrent. Tevens caught up, and it's taken away from her by Dotlich, who came in as a sub in the first half for ONU. Gets the start here in half 2. Laying it back to Hoke. Claddy right there to make things difficult for her. Herta carrying in, just getting her toe on as Williams, and Waltz will play it over to Lehman. Good play there by the Trojan defenders. Hoke to Lapinowski, then back across midfield to the defensive side, and Hollowell. Zaire right there. Hollowell playing it up the near side. Buffum around Williams. Porter right there. Buffum trying to carry it on. Porter to steps right in front of her. And then Claddy will drill it out of there. Then she's taken down to the turf. And the foul whistled in the back. TU will have the free kick from deep in their own defensive half. So Taylor has now scored 9 goals in their first 3 games. The 5 against CCU on Saturday, the 1 against Northwestern Ohio, the 3 here today against ONU. So that's 4 against against teams either in the top 25 or receiving votes. With Northwestern Ohio number 3, they were a national semifinalist a year ago. And Taylor had a lot of opportunities before they got that one to go through. And had to settle for the tie. They beat CCU 5-0 Saturday, and they're up 3-0 here against Olivet Nazarene, a team that did receive votes in the preseason top 25 poll. Nine minutes remaining here in the open, or 9 minutes gone in this second half, I should say. Lehman comes in. She'll step right over the ONU defender. The ball rolls out. Last touched by ONU, and Lehman will throw it back into Tevens. Lehman up to Zaire. Protects herself. She'll send this into space, and now Calvani, with a head start by about 3 yards, will take it in from the right side of the box. Calvani back to Tevens, And then the defender just stepped in front of Tevens. That was Dotlich. And a good job there as Zaire played a beautiful ball up to that far side of the field. Calvani had a great run on it. And then the centering ball just a little bit too late as Tevens was just a hair from trying to go 1v1 with the keeper, Roach. Massey drills one up. No one covering Calvani on the right side of the box. She'll curl it to the top in Tevens. Her pass intended for Zaire blocked. Right back to the foot of Waltzes, whose right-footed shot skips off the turf and is saved by Roach. Four saves now for Roach as that ball bounced right to the feet of Hannah Waltz. And she'll fling this one out to the far side, and Hulleberger with a right hand. Amanda Durbin ready to come back in for Olivet here in the second half, I should say, for the first time. Zaire sprinting after it. Put that foot right in front of Hollowell. It's out on Zaire. And Durbin will throw it in for ONU. She'll replace the midfielder Emily Hulleberger on the far side of the field. Zastro fires it forward. Deflected around. Claddy to Lehman for Taylor, the near sideline to Waltz. She'll step away from Schmidt and then lay it on back to Williams, who drives it forward. Tevens applying pressure. Garcia will just step around her. And then Zastro with a big right foot. Catches the top of Waltz's head. He'll stay in, and Schmidt will keep it on the end line. Centering ball, but that one will curl out of bounds. And this one will be a goal kick for Lauren Engelkess. Zaire lays it off to Waltz along the near sideline in front of the Taylor bench. Waltz back to Williams, up to Claddy. Over to Lehman, still in the defensive half. Zaire, a little one-touch to the mid-stripe. And Tevens through. Lehman cutting in. Fighting with Hollowell for position. He goes back into the 18. And the keeper, Roach, will get it out of there. Claddy, a header. That's one going to go right back off the face of Hoke. And she is slow to get back up. That one went off the forehead of Claddy, then right in to the face of Mackenzie Hawk. We'll take a break for the injury timeout. 32-14 here in the second half. Taylor on top, 3-0. Mackenzie Hawk able to get back to her feet and walk over to the near sideline underneath the canopy to get some more medical attention from the TU athletic training staff. Amy Smith comes in to replace her. And good to see Ms. Hawk able to get to her feet. A Indiana native from Greenwood, Indiana. But good to see her able to get to her feet and walk off the field underneath her own power. 32 minutes remaining in the second half. Taylor on top 3-0. Goals from Lehman and Tevens in the first half. Tevens here, in the second. For the 3 Taylor tallies here so far. Lehman guarding Zastro as ONU works it in the back half. Zaire steps in front of a pass. This one goes off the side of Tevens' head. Lehman trying to step in and keep it going in Taylor's favor. Zaire back to Torin. Volleys one up far side. Too far for Calvani to get after. And it goes out of bounds. An ONU throw in from the defensive half by Brianna Hollowell. Calvani steps in front of a pass. It goes out of bounds and stays with ONU. And then Massey called for the foul as she knocks what looks to be Amanda Durpin back down to the turf as both were going for that pass up the far side. Alexi Zastro, free kick from the far sideline. Curling in with the right foot. Massey heading it back in. That's going to go into the back of the net. Oh, looks to be an own goal here against the Trojans. It comes with 30-24. So it looked like Massey tried to head that one back. She did, but was a little bit unable to punch that one out was Engelkes, so it'll go down as an own goal against the Trojans. Now come here in the 61st minute. Or excuse me, the 60th minute. Don't want to get ahead of myself. So a 3-1 Taylor lead on the own goal. Massey tried to head it out of there, caught the back of her head and went on towards the frame. Engelkes tried to punch it out of there, but it bounced up into the goal off of her hand just underneath the crossbar. Calvani, a good run starting on the far side of the field as she's back behind the ONU defense. Once again, she cuts back across and passing into Zaire. One-on-one with the goalie, and Taylor back on top by 3 as Zaire gets her first goal of the afternoon on an excellent feed from her classmate Emily Calvani. It's 4-1 Taylor, just seconds after the goal scored on the own goal by Taylor. So that will come in the 61st minute. And it comes 32 seconds after the own goal by the Trojans. So 4-1 the Taylor lead as Zaire collects another goal this season. I believe both of her goals have come at home. Yep. To go along with a multitude of assists. And Taylor has now scored 9 goals in their last 2 games, 4 here today, 5 last Saturday against Cincinnati Christian. We came into the season knowing that the defense would be a strong, probably the stronger side of the ball for Taylor, bringing back all those starting defenders and Waltz and Raina Williams, Porter, Calvani, Torin, and Lehman from the midfield, Engelkes and Williams, and also Lauren Camerano. All 3 goalkeepers from a year ago returned, but it's the offense that has stepped in and filled the void of 2 of the top point producers a year ago, seniors Nikki Zano and Megan Kammer. Zaire right foots one forward. Tevens has been a big reason why the offensive production has picked up. She has 4 goals, 2 assists now in the last 2 games. She didn't get the assists on Zaire's goal against Northwestern Ohio, but she was the one that really helped set that one up along with Hannah Davis. Now here's Stevens just inside midfield. 28:30 remaining here in half two. Taylor on top by 3 once again, 4-1. Zastro holding just inside midfield. This one goes off the back hip of Jordan Lehman, who's still playing with a broken nose that was suffered against Northwestern Ohio last week. Herta measuring, trying to get around Torin. Her pass is drilled out of there by Savannah Porter of TU. ONU able to get it back just inside midfield. And then Torin will volley one up. Stevens taken down, and ONU will keep possession back. We'll get the possession back. Roach, the keeper, to Hollowell. Long pass, got caught underneath the feet of Buffum. And then Porter will give it back to Clatty. Lehman just inside midfield. Double team comes, and she slips out of the way. Zaire to the far side, and Calvani. Calvani trying to muscle her way forward. She'll run through the defender and tap it up to Stevens. 3-goal lead for Taylor. They're up 4-1. Stevens' centering pass deflected into the air, almost right back to her feet. And saving it from going across the end line will be Dotlich as it sails over the far side wall and fence. Porter jogging in, and she'll throw it in for Taylor from the far sideline. Two-handed heave. Torin trying to head it along. It goes back up towards the top of the box, right to Calvani, who backpedals and lays it over to the far side, and Porter. Back into the box, the right foot. Zaire tracking it, headed out of there. Roach takes out one of her own defenders. And now time will be called with 26:06 here in this second half. Roach came in and then collided with one of her own defenders as both were going for that ball. We'll pause here on the Trojan Sports Network. So the young lady that collided with the keeper, Amanda Roach, is one of the defenders, Brianna Hollowell, I should say. She was able to get back to her own feet and walk over to the athletic training tent down below us, which is always the best thing to see. Both are going for that ball and just collided there in the box between the two teammates. And play is back underway here. Mary Reddy has come back in for ONU. She replaces the injured Hollowell. And Morgan Orm has come in for TU. She takes the spot at the forward position of Bailey Zaire. And now German will come in to replace Tevens. So the two starting forwards for Taylor have been outstanding all day today. Both will get a much-needed breather here in the heat. Lapinowski back in for ONU along with, or Hulleberger's already out there. Amy Smith back in for ONU. With Taylor on top, 4-1 here with 25-22 left. Cloudy drills it deep. German hustling after it. Coming out of the 18 will be Roach, and she'll play it to the near side. To finish that thought on Orm, she was an all-state forward at least one of her years, maybe two, at Dayton Christian High School, but was a defender all last year as a freshman. It'll be interesting to see what she can do at one of the two forward spots here for Taylor in the last 25 minutes of the second half. She's applying great pressure here and almost forced a turnover just outside the 6-yard box. And now ONU will try to clear with Durbin in the middle of the field. She approaches midfield. ONU from left to right in purple. Taylor defends in white. Orm carrying in right side, looking to the middle. Will move back to her left, try to go back to her right. Steps through, keeps the possession as her defender fell down. Then she'll work it all the way back to Torrin. Calvani trying to press that one back in. Torrin slips, but still able to get the ball to Orm. Guarded by, or marked by Durbin. Then Orm tripped. Lehman trying to come in and keep it going in Taylor's favor. Massey heading it back in. Then Garcia back up to midfield. Claddy just has it go over her head as she approached. And now here's Raina Williams carrying in from the defensive half. Pressure from behind made her lose it. Lehman over to Claddy at midfield. And then Torrin. A little move around one defender. Left foot's one up to Orm. Into space to the curling Calvani, who has one assist already this afternoon. Works back to her left, back up to Orm. Is a little bit too far in front as Garcia steps in, but it goes across the end line. That will be a corner kick here for TU with 23:10 remaining in the second half, and the Trojans on top by 3. Calvani will take this one with her left foot. The first one she took was with her right. This one towards the middle of the box. Orm heading it straight down. The only one there is Roach and her teammates clad in purple. And so Roach makes the stop and keeps the game at a 4-1 Taylor advantage. Great crowd here on hand this afternoon. A lot of those students that are on hand wearing their new purple game day t-shirts that were given out after the first chapel of the 2018-2019 year today. Lehman gets it back to the middle and Orm. Trying to turn over that right shoulder, but had a defender come in from behind and poke it away. Good help that by what looked to be Lapinowski. Smith has it taken away by Taylor's Jordan Lehman. 3-on-3 break. Lehman carrying up the left side. Back to the middle, and German, who had to stay on side, and a little bit of a late break. And a cover up by Roach on the end line. And a good round of applause there for Lehman trying to set that play up. Had two great decisions with Orm to her right, German to her left. But you kind of feel a little bit of the ONU defenders kind of making their way over to her right, trying to take away the option with Orm. So she curled it to German and just a little bit too far out in front. Buffum forward. Williams takes it away from her, cannot clear. As ONU holds it in, left-footed curling shot. Snagged by Engelkess easily on the try from Hulleberger. Gilliam and Schwartz wait near midfield. And a drop kick from Engelkess will carry across midfield. As Davis will jog to midfield as well, she had to go snag her neon yellow frame shin guards. Always important to play with all of your equipment, kids. Always important. Lehman to the middle. There's Orm. Little touch into space. Waltz hustling after it. The ball will check up, and then Waltz will play it back to the middle. There's Orm with the header, and it's in! Morgan Orm, her first career goal, gives Taylor a 5-1 lead here with just less than 21 minutes remaining in our second half, as Orm took the pass from Waltz on Waltz's second assist of the day, and then Orm heads that one in, bouncing it in off the turf, and that one snuck just in underneath the crossbar. So a 5-1 Taylor lead, their second game with 5 goals. Waltz and Calvani exit. Davis, Gilliam, Schwolst in for the Trojans. Then Schwolst has her legs taken out on the far side of the field. And a foul is called, and Massey will get this one going once again. Orm trying to find German, rolls slightly away from her. Also not bad for Morgan Orm. Her first shot of the year also goes in. Had 9 shots a year ago, had 1 assist, no goals, and her first career goal puts Taylor on top 5-1 here. Davis tried to work it along, back to both Orm and German. Claddy has it taken away by Buffum, and now Claddy will hustle with her step for step up the near sideline. Buffum back to the middle of the field. Running behind her is Hulleberger. She and Williams collide as the ball goes sailing out of bounds. Captain Jessica Schmidt comes back in for Olivet Nazarene. She replaces Sarah Buffum. And 19 minutes and counting here in half 2. Taylor on top 5-1. 3 goals here in the second half. Actually, all 6 of the goals have been scored by Taylor. The only one for ONU was an own goal against the Trojans. But then 32 seconds later, that was erased by Bailey Zare on her first goal of the afternoon. Lehman, Stevens, Zare, and Orm, your 5 goal scorers, the 5 goals by Taylor today. And now here's Davis sprinting up the near sideline with Dotlich right behind her. She'll leave it back to Orm. It's cleared out of there by Dotlich of Olivet Nazarene. And Taylor will throw it in from the near sideline. This is the first game of our doubleheader here this evening, with the first home match of the year for the Taylor volleyball team. They're coming off of a 2-1 showing this past weekend. They open up the home schedule against Grace here coming up at 7 o'clock. So once we're done here, we'll wrap things up very quickly after the final whistle and hustle over to Odell Arena for a little volleyball action tonight. Gilliam circling into the middle to Davis. A little hard carom off the foot. Hannah trying to keep it going to her left. Taken away by Garcia. And here comes ONU the other way. A pinpoint pass right to Schmidt, but Williams will take it away right back for Taylor. Davis bounces off a defender now to the far side of the box and cleared away to the near side by Reddy for ONU. Williams will win the aerial, and then Porter will play it up to Gilliam. Back to Williams, Raina Williams, and Massey. ONU with the possession back along that far sideline. Schwolst will take it away and then work it over to Danielle Torin. Gilliam takes the deflection, heads it down to Clatty. And then Torin will play a long ball through to the far sideline, and Schwolst looking to center. Orm trying to swim her way through. That bounced up and deflected off of a ONU defender. Then Garcia will clear it away for the Tigers. Pass a little bit too strong for Herta. Excuse me, make that Linton, excuse me. And Massey will throw it in for Taylor. Orm trying to turn, deflected in deep. And then Garcia will get it out of there for Olivet Nazarene. Davis plays it all the way back to the defensive half and Savannah Porter. She accelerates away, and it's deflected back to the middle of the field. Orm into space. German trying to hustle to it. And then she applied enough pressure on the back of Dotlich to have her cleared out to the near sideline. And before Davis can throw it in, Walsh and Claudio will come back in for Taylor. They replace Orm and German. 15-10 remaining and counting here in the second half. And Taylor on top 5-1. As Orm gets a big hug from Rachel German. Her first career goal gives Taylor a 5-1 lead. Davis to the far sideline, and Schwolz tries to hustle after to keep it in. And Beckett just a couple steps too late to get to it. Massey lets this one roll out of bounds. But it's going to be an Olivet Nazarene throw-in from the far sideline just outside midfield. Two tough games or contests here for Olivet Nazarene to start. They play number 11 Marion in their first game on Saturday. And then they face Taylor, who has now scored 11 goals in their first 3 games, 5 each in their last 2 contests, after playing to a 1-1 draw with number 3 Northwestern Ohio in their opener last week. Massey back to the middle. Clatty to Gilliam. Taylor's offense has looked really, really good tonight as Gilliam, the senior, carries forward. A ball into space, too far in front for Emma Walsh. Cleared out of there. Clatty right on top of it, and she'll play it back to Raina Williams. Gilliam has to go off the right side of her head. Torin in deep with the left foot. Davis angling in, got through one defender, then it's just volleyed over her head. There by Amanda Dotlich. Then Schwolst will draw the foul here against Olivet Nazarene. Less than 13 minutes remaining. Taylor up by 4, well on their way to their second win here of 2018 to move to 2-0-1. They will take on IUPUI in an exhibition on September 5th. And now Walsh trying to cut in. And Victoria Hilsey out of North Carolina comes in. She replaces Massey for her first appearance of the year. And Maria Guilfoyle, the only goal scorer in that first contest for Olivet Nazarene comes on here for the second time. Throw in by Porter. Davis heading it back to the end line. Walsh tried to slip through two defenders. And the last touch by a Trojan, and so ONU will have the goal kick. They trail 5-1 with 11:52 and counting here in the second half. Garcia will take the goal kick. It bounces through a couple different players before Torin will work it over to Claddy. Here's Schwolz from the right wing. She eludes one defender, will look to center it. Walsh is right there, and then she's cleared out by Roach, sent right back out there on a punch from Roach. Walsh pops right back to her feet. Both she and Roach check to make sure the other one is okay, and they are. No ill intentions from either player, both going for the ball. That's one of the pluses for Emma Walsh's game. They list Emma at 5'2". But talking with head coach Scott Stam before the season, she has got the ability, even at 5 feet 2 inches tall, to win a lot of headers that you wouldn't expect someone at 5'2" to win. Little slip through from Torin to Schwolst. End line, centering ball. The flag goes up before anyone could play it inside the box. Ten minutes just about left to go here at half two. A 5-1 Taylor lead. As it looks like Natalie Hummer will start to stretch things out here on the end line, or on the near sideline, excuse me. Hilsey putting her nose in there. And the throw in far side will be from ONU. The ball finds its way to the middle. Walsh got a defender to fall down, centering it through. Too far for Davis to get to, as she wanted to make sure she stayed onside. But Hilsey will hold it in from just inside midfield. Schwolst, top of the box, and Walsh goes off of her knee right back towards the goalie, Roach, who will snag it. And she'll let everyone jog back towards midfield. Herta pushing it forward. Kate Kortenhoven, Sarah Beatty, and Natalie Hummer all stand there in midfield, ready to come in for the first time today for Taylor. Schwolst getting the end line, but that one will roll across. And it's going to be a goal kick here for Olivet Nazarene. So Claddy, Torin, and Hume. Schwolst will exit for the Trojans. Claddy and Torin coming off the field for the first time today outside of halftime. And Schwolst will exit as well. As Beck had to jog all the way from the farthest side of the field over to the near sideline. 8:15 remaining here in the second half. Taylor leading 5-1. Pressing forward is Schmidt. The captain stops as Raina Williams gets back in front of her. Amy Smith at midfield. Then to Zastro. A long ball through over everybody's heads. Raina Williams comes in. The only one back there was Hulleberger. Now here's Davis charging up the near sideline from the defensive half. Taylor from right to left in white. Garcia easily reads the pass and steps in front of Taylor's Walsh for Olivet Nazarene. Back again to Hulleberger. Williams right in front of her. And then Williams will take the ball right off the toe. It rolls across the end line. And And this one's going to be a corner kick from the near side by Olivet Nazarene. It'll be their third corner here of the match so far, with 7:14 remaining in half two. They are down by 4. Hulleberger will take it. Late help charging in from the defensive side. A low out swinging ball deflected up towards the top of the box. Kortenhoven has it. She'll knee it forward with Claudio up to her left. Kortenhoven trying to press it forward. Here comes ONU the other way. Linton. Porter back, deflecting it off of an ONU player's foot. And they'll have Hilsey throw this one in from the far sideline with 6.5 minutes remaining in the second half, and Taylor leading by 4. Here's Guilfoyle on the left flank, Hilsey underneath, heads it straight into the air. ONU tries to bicycle it back to the middle of the field. They play it back. Shot was blocked by the jumping Savannah Porter on the try from Amy Smith of ONU. Davis stopping and starting. She has her jersey being pulled all over the place there by Amy Smith, and the foul is whistled. And Taylor will have the free kick from the defensive half with 5:40 and counting here in half two. Free kick bounces all the way back. Garcia gets it for Olivet Nazarene. Then back to the middle of the field, and Claudio will scoop it up for Taylor. Back to Hummer, the sophomore from Zionsville. All the way to the far side, trying to connect with Kortenhoven. Hipped on down by Guilfoyle, and now Kortenhoven will have it at her feet. 5:05 to go second half. She runs to the end line, trying to center. Will slip away from the defender. Right side of the box, left-footed one to the back. Claudio, the only one back there for Taylor, and she'll hustle down and get the loose ball. Claudio trying to center, deflected, and now ONU will clear it with Hulleberger. And then a foul is called back behind the play against Taylor. And it'll be a free kick for Olivet Nazarene from the defensive half. They go from left to right in purple. Taylor defends in white. They're attacking the goal to our left. Trojans on top 5-1. They were up 2-0 in the first half. They got an early goal just in the 60th, or assuming really early here in the second half, as Hummer collides with Lapinowski. Both players are okay. Taylor went on top 3-0, an own goal by the Trojans in the 60th minute. Made their lead 3-1, but 32 seconds later, Bailey Zaire would give the Trojans a 4-1 lead, and then Orm would put Taylor on top 5-1. And Olivet Nazarene will just play this one back to Engelkess. .335 to go second half. Taylor leading 5-1. And the drop kick from Engelkess will carry up to midfield. Beatty to throw it in far side. Walsh to Kortenhoven. Then Walsh will deflect it off of Garcia. It'll stay here with TU on the throw-in after going off of the Olivet Nazarene defender. Less than 3 to go second half. Porter jogs in to throw it in for the Trojans. Into the air. Over Gilliam's head, but there's Kortenhoven curling it in and just wide of the left side of the goal. Good look there, though, from Kortenhoven, the freshman. She of Wheaton, Illinois, but Wheaton North High School. We see many, many soccer players, particularly on the men's side, and now they're starting to trickle in on the women's side from that Wheaton Academy up there in the Chicago suburbs. We have a couple different Wheaton North players sprinkled throughout a couple of our different teams. Jake Hagelin from the men's basketball team will start his senior year coming up here in a few months. Brooks Siswerda on the volleyball team. She's getting to compete right now. She's from Wheaton North. And I believe, if memory serves right, Jamie Netzley from the women's basketball team, also a Wheaton North product. So Wheaton, Illinois has been good to Taylor athletics over the last few years, no doubt. Just like the Valor Christian High School in Colorado. The alma mater of Laura Claddy. Freshman here for the Taylor women's soccer team. We obviously know about Kendall Bradbury from the Taylor women's basketball team, one of the best players in program history. She'll go for the franchise career scoring record, only about 132 points away from that when their season starts here in a few short months. A slew of football players have been from Valor Christian High School. Same thing for Calvary Christian down there in the Florida area, Fort Lauderdale, I believe. Many baseball players, handful of football players as well have come from Calvary Christian High School. So a couple little pockets have produced some fantastic talent for Taylor athletics before my time started and also in the now 6 years since I've been here. Less than a minute to go here in the second half. Ball in the defensive half for Taylor. Porter will send it to the near side for the Trojans. Claudio on a run up the near side. She's got Walsh to the middle. She can get it to her. She got away from one defender, couldn't get away from the second. Hummer tried to work it to the far side. Williams comes in, and she'll bash this one deep. And then Owen Yu will throw it in with 32 seconds remaining here in the second half. They're down 5-1. Taylor will improve to 2-0-1 on the year. They've scored 5 goals in their last 2 games, and a good showing today against receiving votes Olivet Nazarene. 10 seconds will start. And that will just about do it. So Taylor wins by a final today 5-1 with 4 different goal scorers for the Trojans. They improve to 2-0-1. We thank you folks for tuning in here today to Taylor Women's Soccer. We hope you stay tuned in about a little less than an hour for Taylor Volleyball as they take on Grace. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Soccer here on the Trojan Sports Network.